Look, I'd be surprised if there's anyone out there who hasn't experienced some sort of bullying in their life, whether it be from a family member, a school friend, or even in the workplace. But we're now actually seeing horrific transition of bullying into the social media, with so many kids contemplating suicide, depression, and it really making a huge difference to our kids. Are you agreeing with me? Like, do you see this around you?
Yeah, and it's a really terrible thing, because previously when they're being bullied at school, when they leave and they go home, they can just leave it. Well, they can leave it behind. But now it's at home as well. Essentially,
it follows you everywhere. Yeah. I know, because usually we think of bullying as being this intentional thing and sort of saying mean things or, you know, hitting, all that kind of thing. But online, yes, that you can say mean things, but it's also like this passive thing. For example, if someone puts up a photo and they don't get any likes on it, that even in itself is sort of a form of sort of like bullying, or like, you know, leaving people out.
I know it can feel sensitive, but it's not necessarily attack, and I sort of see bullying as an intentional attack on someone. And you know, some of the things you can read online are absolutely horrific. I'm like, where do you get the gall to say that, and who taught you that?
And I think that that's it. I think that because it's online, they're not having to confront someone, look them in the eye, make those comments.
Hide behind the computer.
Yeah, they can hide behind the computer screen, and I think people they're feeling that they can say things that they wouldn't normally say to someone's face.
And when you don't necessarily know the ins and outs of a story or a person's background, it's so much easier to pass that judgment.
Yeah, and especially in Australia, we kind of have that tall poppy syndrome, where, you know, really successful people, especially on YouTube and things, you know, they get so much hate, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They're lovely people, but how they deal with that, I really respect it, actually. Anyway.
But yeah, it's even worse for children, because, you know, as an adult, you would think that, you know, you've got a certain amount of maturity, certain amount of self-worth, that whatever people say might not affect you that much. But when children, I can just imagine you crush them.
Yeah, but I have... Sorry, go, Rach.
I was just saying, I think also because we can capture every single moment, so everything you're saying, I can just whip out my phone, record you, and then I can just put it on the internet, and it lives forever.
Perpetuates the shame, and kids have access to so much social media so young.
And the thing is, you know, in different states now, they're doing all sorts of different laws, they're bringing in laws to address all these issues, but really, when it comes to online stuff, I find that laws are always only ever playing catch-up.
Definitely. There's actually a new one that says it will become a criminal offence of intentionally causing harm by posting a digital communication, punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment and a maximum fine of $50,000. Problem is, how much does this sort of impinge on freedom of speech as well,
I completely agree with that, yeah.
And I think sort of these sort of laws aren't really enforceable. I don't think like substantially like codifying some sort of law that says you're not allowed to cyberbully, you're not allowed to do this is the answer, because it's really more of a social re-education thing that we need to do. We need to, you know, sort of condemn it as people rather than as a law.
Well, I think as a parent, you need to look at it like this, you know, when a kid starts out crossing the road, you don't say, here's the road, good luck, cross it. You walk them through it for years and years, teaching them to look either way. And I think we need to do that when we're talking and walking our kids through that internet and that social media.
And yeah, basically just trying to cultivate in them a healthy self-esteem, and just letting them be able to know that, you know, words from other people may not really hurt them, and that to talk to you about it.
I think that we can also empower our kids to be able to defend people. So when they see this happening, that they're defending people.
Yeah, and Mary Ellen, you've got something to share on what people can do.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I guess like the good side of the internet age is that even though people can abuse one another anonymously and online, they can also find help anonymously. And we would encourage anyone watching today who's struggling with these issues to remember that absolutely no one deserves to be treated like that, and that there is help available. If not from a trusted friend, a family member, or a health professional, then from a helpline or online service. The Kids Helpline details of both Australia and New Zealand are right there on your screen.
Thanks, Mary Ellen.